Hi, I'm Ellie, and this is your weekly theatre news recap, the show where I gather all of the UK tour and West End theatre news and I give it to you. This week I'm giving it to you a day early. Don't judge me. I don't know. I'm testing the waters. I'm seeing if we want it on Saturdays. I don't know, okay? Anyway, let's just jump into it. If you want more of this, I do these every week. I've done these for 19 weeks in a row now. I kept this series going when I had, when my laptop died. I find a way. So if you want more, make sure you subscribe and like this video so I know you want more. So let's start with casting news, as we always do. First off, we have a kind of, it's a joint piece of news. It's casting, but it's also like details for the production. Okay. Dr. Strangelove has announced its initial casting for the show and has also announced its theatre and its dates. This is very interesting because it has some knock-on effects for another musical we thought might be going to this theatre, which we now know is maybe and maybe not happening. So, Dr. Strangelove has cast 7-time BAFTA Award winner Steve Coogan in the adaptation of Stanley Kubrick's classic film. And they've announced that it will be going to the No Coward Theatre, starting performances on the 8th of October and is running until the 21st of December 2024. Why this is weird is because I was pretty certain that Dr. Strangelove would be going to the Wyndhams and that Shucked would be going to the No Coward. Now, there is still a gap in the calendar, and this gap in the calendar does line up with the dates that have already been announced that Shucked is looking to come over in. However, this would mean that if it is going to that theatre, if it is going to the No Coward, it would only be a limited run, which I think is a shame, especially as it's proved on Broadway that it can hold an open-ended run. I don't know. It's either got to go into that theatre and take the shorter run, or it's going to go into a different Delphont Mackintosh theatre. We know it's going into a Delphont Mackintosh. This has been confirmed to us, but there aren't many at the moment that we're looking at that have an open gap in next year. So it may be looking that Shucked is only going to be in the West End for a limited time, which I think would be a shame. Either way, I've just gone on a long old tangent, a big old tangent about Shucked in what should be about Dr. Strangelove. So if you're excited for that, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how they adapt this classic film to stage. If you're interested, go book your tickets. They're on sale now. You can book them now. Next up, we have the cast announced for Kin, the new British musical that sold out its concert run in London within like a day or two. It sold really quickly. They have put on some more dates for this concert, and we also have the cast for this concert. Let me read off some names to you. We have Sophie Rose Middleton as Cora, Emma Kingston as Marilyn, Adam Robert Lewis as Terence, Carrie Sutton as Marge, Sam Wells as Kirk, Anthony Selwyn as Turtle, Athena Collins as Afifa, and we have some more ensemble and smaller role cast members who will be in the description down below. Very exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm trying to keep away from it a bit. I'm trying to, go in blind because I love to go into a new British musical blind, but I've heard so many good things about it. The people who have listened to it are raving about it. So I can't wait to finally get the chance to see what the fuss is all about. And what? Oh, not finally. I was about to say finally in casting news this week, but this is not finally. You got more coming. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Next up in casting news, we have the cast announced for Peter Pan Goes Wrong. This is specifically for the West End run, where it's going to the Lyric just before Hadestown comes in. We kind of theorise that we may see a couple of the Mischief members who have been doing the show in New York and also in Los Angeles very recently, coming over to do it in the West End. And we've seen half of them. So, reprising their roles, or moving up into some more leading roles from the runs in America, are Matthew Cavendish, who's been playing Max, Harry Kershaw, who's been doing the role of the narrator in this production when they haven't had like a big star like Neil Patrick Harris in that role. He's moving up to play Criss. Chris Leask is playing Trevor, Ellie Morris is playing Lucy, Charlie Russell is playing Sandra, Greg Tannehill is playing Jonathan, and Nancy Zambit is sharing the role of Annie with the current UK touring Annie, Jamie Burkett. Zambit will be on as Annie from the 23rd of November to the 17th of December, and then back on from the 11th to the 14th of January. Jamie Burkett will play the in-between, the little break that Zambit has, which is the 19th of December to the 10th of January. The rest of the roles in this production are being filled by the current UK tour cast, who comprise of obviously Jamie Burkett, who we just mentioned, as well as Clark Delvin, Matthew Howe, Jean-Luc Worrell, who are playing Dennis, Robert, and Francis respectively, in that order. I should have said the names as I said the actors, but I didn't. Deal with it. We also have some ensemble members who, as always, are in the description. I really love the shorter pro shop version they did of this show. I'm really excited to see it on stage. I am thrilled to see what's different, and you know what, I can't wait. And finally, talking of things returning, we have the return of Totoro, which is going back to the Barbican later this year. They have announced that we've got a lot of returning cast members, and our main roles are pretty much all comprised of returning cast members. May Mack is returning as May, Amy Okamura Jones is returning as Satsuki, Dai Tabuchi is returning as Satsuo, and Jacqueline Tate is returning as Granny. We also have returning puppetry cast members and some new cast members who will be in the description. Look, if you didn't get to see Totoro last time, you need to go see it this time. It is a phenomenal piece of theatre. It is wonderfully done. It is beautiful. The puppetry is unbelievable. You need to go see it. I am trying my best to work out a time where I can go again because I loved it and I need it. Next, let's go through our miscellaneous news. Let's start with the shows that have extended this week. Wicked has extended to June 2024. Are we surprised? Is anyone surprised? No. I'm not gagging. I'm not gooped and gagged, but it's cool because Wicked is fun. I need to go see Wicked again. I feel like last time I saw Wicked, I was judgmental on it. I need to go see it again. That would be a fun video. If I go into Wicked, I do a before and after, this is my thoughts on Wicked before I see Wicked. This is my general assumptions on it. This is my last time I saw it, which was years and years ago. This is why I wasn't as enthused with it. And then seeing it again now with a fresh palette and being oh, okay, this is what I think now. That would be a really fun video. Tell me if you want that video. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. And the other show that has extended is Frank and Percy, the show starring Ian McKellen, which is currently playing at the Other Palace. They have announced that the run will be ending on Sunday the 17th of December, adding 2 extra weeks onto the show. And what is really interesting about this press release is they have announced that the next production in the Other Palace will be a musical. Now, a lot of people have been wanting new musicals to be taking the main stage at the Other Palace. It looks like we may be finally getting our wish. We're just going to have to wait and see. I think the Other Palace have been doing a really good job at using their studio for new musicals. I'm hoping that maybe a couple of the ones that have been working on themselves in that studio space can move up into the main house and get a more full run. Gonna have to wait and see. And finally, in our miscellaneous news, we got the announcement that Amber Davies, who is in Pretty Women, she's about to start in the Pretty Women UK tour, is pulling out of a couple of dates, namely Aberdeen, Liverpool and Hull. But this is because she's going on Dancing on Ice. Fab. Camp. I love it. So if you want to see Amber Davies in a big, huge musical and then go see her on Dancing on Ice on TV, you can. And let's move on to talk about all of our transfers, concerts, new productions, all that jazz, you know? First off, Darren Criss. You may know him from Hedwig. You probably know him from the Star Kid musicals that they put on YouTube. Darren Criss is making his West End concert debut. This is going to be happening at the London Palladium on the 15th of October. Since this news came out, they have already added an additional performance on the same day. There will be a matinee and an evening performance. And if you love Star Kid, you get 3 for the price of 1, as Lauren Lopez and Jerry Richter will also be performing at this concert, as well as a 4-piece band. Darren Criss will be performing tunes from across his career, and it's going to be fab. It's going to be great. If you love Darren Criss, this sounds like the perfect concert to go to. Next up, we got the announcement of the 39 Steps UK tour. This show has been an absolute smash hit, playing at the Criterion in the West End. And they have announced that it will be going on a UK tour to Hornchurch, Richmond, Newcastle, Sheffield, Cardiff, Cambridge, Malvern, Cheltenham, Glasgow, Birmingham, Oxford, Norwich, Guildford, Brighton and Southend. So if you want to see it, you got those dates, you got those cities, you're near, you can see 39 Steps. As well as this, we got the announcement of another British musical getting a concert run. Super U, which has been workshopping itself for a long time now, I think. It's been really working itself. It had an actual workshop earlier this year, has announced that it will be doing a 1 performance only concert on the 15th of November, starring the absolute legendary, iconic, she's right behind me in every single video, Lucy Jones. This is a superhero-inspired musical. If you want to go see it, you can. It's at the Lyric Theatre, where all of these short concert runs have been going at the moment, because they had the massive gap from Aspects of Love that they've just kind of been filling with anything they can get their hands on, which is great, because we get such a lovely variety coming to the West End. And it's really exciting to see all of these musicals that probably wouldn't get a chance to have these concert runs get this shot and this chance and this opportunity to grow and, test material. I am excited for this. I've heard a lot of things about Super U, but I don't know anything. Because, again, I like to go into new British musicals blind. So we're just going to have to wait and see. We also got the announcement that there will be a 13 going on 30 musical, which is looking to get a run in 2025. Yeah, you've got quite a wait. They are doing workshops next month, directed by Heather's director Andy Fickman. And this is an adaptation, of course, of the iconic film of the same name. This show has original tunes penned by Alan Zachary and Michael Weiner, who have previously worked on the First Date musical and High School Musical, the series, and are also working on a musical adaptation of 17 again. They just really love musicals based on films where the character ages down. I mean, they found their niche, so if you know what you like to write, you're gonna get there. Very exciting. And finally this week, we got a very interesting hint. Not a big announcement, but a hint of the Broadway musical Some Like It Hot looking to get a West End run. Again, just like 13 going on 30, this is looking to come to the West End in 2025. But this week they announced that the show would be closing on Broadway in December, which honestly, Broadway runs tend to end so quickly. It is quite nice that they get at least a couple of months to see out to the end of their run. But a statement from the production read that a national tour will launch of Some Like It Hot in September 2024, and a West End production will follow in 2025, produced by the Schubert Organisation and Neil Merron in partnership with Ambassador Theatre Group. From that, we can very easily assume that this will be going to one of the ATG theatres. This is very interesting. I am intrigued. I've heard good things about the show. Obviously, this musical has some very important non-binary representation, which I am always here for, and I am always up for seeing more trans and non-binary representation in musical theatre. Give it to us because we deserve it and we deserve a chance to show our stories on stage. So we're just going to have to wait and see. It's quite a long wait. It's quite a long wait, but I'm sure we can manage it. But that's all the news for this week. What are you most excited for? What are you most shocked by? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me out, it helps out the channel. Here's some links to my videos on screen right now and a link to my Instagram if you want to drop me a follow over there. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!